Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. She cared deeply for everyone and everything. No questions asked. She taught me how to be strong, to lead with kindness, to love Jesus through everything, and to find joy in the smallest things. These words from her niece, Etta Pitt, offer a glimpse into the generous heart and enduring faith of Etta Pitt. Jane passed away peacefully at age 84, surrounded by those she loved. Though her loss is deeply felt, her legacy continues through every life she touched, with humility, courage, and a warm smile that uplifted others. Born in Memphis and raised in Joplin, Missouri, Jane's early life shaped her deep sense of compassion. She met her husband Bill at Oklahoma Baptist University, and their love story would span over 60 years. Together, they raised 3 children, Brad, Doug, and Julie, while building a home marked by faith, laughter, and unwavering support. Jane dedicated her life to helping others thrive. As an elementary school teacher, counselor, and one of Springfield's first parents as teachers educators, she guided countless young families with patience and wisdom. Her voice was calm, steady, and reassuring, whether in a classroom or at a kitchen table. Service was part of Jane's soul. She volunteered for years at Springfield's Pregnancy Care Center and supported countless pediatric health causes. Her name lives on through the Mercy Jane Pitt Pediatric Cancer Center, where children and families continue to receive compassionate care. To her grandchildren, Jane wasn't just beloved, she was magical. With special traditions for each child, she offered unwavering love and boundless energy. Her faith lit every interaction. She believed in lifting others up and lived her values every day. Though best known publicly as the mother of Brad Pitt, Jane's most powerful role was as a guiding light in her family and community. Her steady grace and kindness left a mark on every person fortunate enough to know her. Jane passed away after a brief illness. The family has requested that in lieu of flowers, donations be made to causes she cared so deeply about, like World Serve International and her pediatric center. The world has lost a truly radiant spirit, but her legacy of love, service, and strength will shine for generations. Tributes to Etta Pitt. Number 5. His kindness and creativity touched countless lives. These were the words Philandro's sister, Frankie, shared in the wake of losing a young man who radiated light to everyone around him. Chase passed away at age 20, leaving behind a legacy far bigger than his years. A gifted performer, poet, and visual artist, he was known for sharing his world through thoughtful book reviews, original music, and heartfelt stories. His fans knew him from Instagram, where over 36,000 followers followed his adventures, laughed at his clever sketches, and felt uplifted by his honesty. Originally from New York, Chase was a student at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. Friends and mentors there called him a vibrant spirit, someone who gave his all, whether on stage, behind a camera, or leading his indie band. Just add water. He wasn't afraid to show his true self. Through his acting, music, and online reviews, he made people feel seen and inspired others to be bold in their creativity. He brought humor to the everyday and emotion to the extraordinary. Every project he touched reflected his heart and his desire to connect deeply with others. Away from the spotlight, Chase found peace on winding trails and open roads. National parks were his sanctuary, places where he wrote songs, uncovered new ideas, and simply breathed. It's no surprise his family chose to honor him with a memorial in one of those treasured places. A campaign that was quickly embraced by fans and friends. raising over $24,000 in just days. Chase's passing is a heartbreaking reminder of struggles that often remain unseen. He died by suicide, a painful and unimaginable loss, but his story doesn't end with sorrow. A growing movement in his honor now advocates for mental health awareness in the creative space, ensuring that his legacy helps others find the support they need. He is survived by his loving sister Frankie, and a community that continues to share his art, his laughter, and his light. Chase Philandro's energy, compassion, and talent changed lives. Though he left us far too soon, his spirit continues to inspire. Tributes to Chase Philandro. Number 4. There are people who serve joy with every dish. Yanin was one of them. These words, spoken by a fellow chef, echo across kitchen counters and television screens today. Yanin Campos brought more than flavor to the plate. She brought heart, humor, and a contagious passion for food that touched lives across Mexico. She first captured the nation's attention as a standout contestant on MasterChef Mexico. Her bold creativity and bright spirit made her a fan favorite. Even finishing in 6th place didn't dim her shine. She returned for La Revancha, solidifying her place in the country's culinary scene. But Yanin's journey didn't begin there. Before TV, she served as a nurse, caring for others with compassion and grace. She later found her true calling in gastronomy, where healing came not from medicine, but from flavor, color, and tradition. Off-screen, she embraced teaching, mentoring, and collaboration. She co-hosted the segment La Tertulia and worked alongside chef Raul Linares on bakery and vegetarian projects. Her dishes reflected heritage and innovation, blending old flavors with new meaning. Fans continued to follow her on TikTok, where nearly 100,000 people enjoyed her recipes, tips, and joy-filled updates. Her kitchen became a classroom and a celebration of Mexican culture. Yanin passed away at 38 following a tragic car accident near Chihuahua. She spent 2 days in critical care before her family confirmed her passing. Her brother, Raul Campos, announced her memorial with love and gratitude for the support they've received. The culinary world and beyond mourn her deeply. From fellow chefs to fans across generations, tributes have poured in. One message read, "Thank you for your passion in cooking and for such good chapters in MasterChef. Fly high." Her journey may have been cut short, but her spirit, untamed, generous, and glowing, remains in every kitchen she's inspired. Yanin Campos leaves behind a legacy not of celebrity, but of care, community, and creativity. Her warmth will be felt in the meals we prepare and the stories we tell around them. Tributes to Yanin Campos. Number 3. She brought color into the world. In fabric, yes, but also in spirit. That's how one colleague described Martha Nolan O'Slatarra. And it couldn't be more true. Martha had a way of lighting up every space she walked into, not just with her vibrant designs but with her presence. She blended creativity with compassion, building a brand rooted in boldness and beauty. From the heart of Carlow, Ireland, to the runways and beaches of New York, she made those around her feel seen, inspired, and hopeful. At just 33, Martha had already founded and grown a successful Manhattan resort wear label, known for its playful yet sophisticated take on bikini and vacation style. Her work was more than fashion, it was freedom, confidence, and joy sewn into every stitch. Customers adored her collections, but even more so, they admired her sincerity. When she wasn't dreaming up new designs, Martha offered mentorship freely. She uplifted young designers, cheered for friends' victories, and never failed to bring laughter to a crowded studio or quiet meeting. Her collaborative partner, Dylan Grace, captured it best. "We dreamed big together. We laughed harder than anyone could understand. I'm truly blessed and grateful to have had you in my life." Martha died tragically and unexpectedly aboard a boat in Montauk. Though first responders tried everything, she could not be revived. Authorities found no signs of violence and continued to investigate. Her sudden loss has stunned both the New York and Irish fashion communities. Tributes continue to pour in, each one speaking to her incredible heart, sharp mind, and magnetic spark. Martha leaves behind a far-reaching legacy. Fashion was only part of the story. She was a dreamer, a doer, a guiding light for so many. Her joy, boundless imagination, and gentle kindness will never be forgotten. Tributes to Martha Nolan O'Slatarra. Number 2. Leonard's voice shaped public radio in New York. His empathy and curiosity set a standard we all aspire to. These words shared by WNYC capture the essence of Leonard Lopate's legacy, a voice that guided listeners through art, politics, science, and culture, always grounded in respect, intelligence, and wonder. Leonard Lopate passed away at the age of 84, following a brief illness. With him, we lose one of New York's most thoughtful and trusted radio hosts. Born in Brooklyn and trained as a painter, Leonard brought an artist's eye and a conversational ear to everything he did. He was never in a rush. He listened carefully, asked boldly, and made everyone feel like their story mattered. After starting in radio in the late 1970s at WBAI, he found his true home behind the microphone. Round Midnight introduced him to a loyal late-night audience, but it was the Leonard Lopate Show on WNYC that made him a consistent presence in listeners' daily lives. For over 30 years, from noon to 2 p.m., Leonard turned everyday curiosity into art. His shows weren't about headlines. They were about insight. One day he'd speak with a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, the next with a poet, chef, or city worker. His breadth of knowledge was vast, but what stood out the most was his gentleness in conversation. He earned numerous honors through his career, including a Peabody Award and James Beard Awards, yet his real impact was in how he made audiences think and feel, without pretension or noise. Even after his time at WNYC ended, Leonard carried on with Leonard Lopate at Large on WBAI. He knew the importance of asking thoughtful questions in a fast-moving world. Leonard is survived by his loved ones, including his brother, writer Philip Lopate. Public figures, friends, and longtime listeners have shared their sorrow and admiration. A quiet pioneer, Leonard believed in the power of dialogue and never stopped learning. He taught us that conversation isn't just noise, it's nourishment. Tributes to Leonard Lopate. What's trending on the internet? News 1. It's been a truly challenging week for folks near Santa Maria, California, as the Gifford Fire, now the largest wildfire in the state this year, continues to test the strength and spirit of local communities. Since sparking on August 1st, this massive wildfire has burned across more than 83,000 acres in San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties, prompting thousands of families to leave their homes for safety and sadly resulting in one confirmed loss of life. Our hearts go out to everyone affected, Nearly 2,000 dedicated firefighters are working around the clock, bravely battling flames to protect people, homes, and cherished landscapes. Thanks to their heroic efforts, hundreds of structures have been saved, and many evacuees have found shelter and support from neighbors, volunteers, and relief organizations. Local officials urge everyone in the area to stay alert and follow evacuation guidance as these tireless crews continue their fight. In difficult times like these, it's inspiring to see communities come together, displaying the very best of what it means to care for one another. Today's firefighters and first responders remind us of the power of courage, teamwork, and hope. The resilience shown by families facing loss and uncertainty will be remembered and honored long after the flames are gone. News 2. Hearts across Colorado are coming together in support of a beloved Kremling family whose inspiring lives touched so many. On the morning of August 4th, a gentle Monday sunrise was met with tragedy on Highway 9, just south of Kremling, when Manuel Cabral Torres, age 34, Andrea Banuelos Salazar, age 30, and their 3 children, Maria Cabral Banuelos, who was 12, 5-year-old Manuel, and little Andres, were taken from their community in a head-on car accident. Friends and neighbors remember the Cabral Torres family for their kindness, strong work ethic, and the joy they shared with everyone around them. While this loss is deeply felt, the outpouring of love and support is a true testament to their lasting legacy. As we remember the Cabral Torres family, may their warmth, their unity, and their spirit of generosity continue to inspire the Kremling community and beyond for years to come. News 3. Sometimes a single person makes such a difference. Their light shines long after they're gone. Many in southern Arizona are remembering Kelly Pierce, the beloved high school soccer coach and mother of 3, who passed away unexpectedly at just 44. Kelly wasn't just a coach, she was a champion for women's sports, leading Salpointe Catholic High to 6 state championships and earning Coach of the Year honors in her time with FC Tucson. She inspired countless young athletes to be confident, strong, and to chase their dreams, always putting her heart into helping others. Above all, she was a devoted mom to her sons Tyler, Brady, and Camden. The community she built, on and off the field, will keep her memory alive, celebrating her passion, leadership, and tireless advocacy for equality and kindness. Kelly Pierce's legacy will surely live on in every life she touched. News 4. Wrestling fans across America are sending their heartfelt support to Marcus "Buff" Bagwell, the legendary WCW star who recently faced one of the toughest challenges of his life. At 55 years old, Bagwell made the courageous decision to undergo an above-the-knee amputation after years of battling complications from a car crash back in 2020. Surrounded by his fiancée, Stacy, Marcus spoke with honesty and hope about the 5-year journey to try and save his leg, sharing both the pain and the perseverance that defined his fight. Through it all, Buff remains as positive and determined as ever, inspiring fans by setting his sights on recovery, rehab, and even a potential return to the wrestling ring. His resilience and optimism are shining reminders that sometimes life sends us difficult moments not to stop us, but to help us discover new strength. As the wrestling community rallies behind him, Marcus Bagwell continues to embody that true champion spirit, showing us what heart really means. News 5. It's a story that captured hearts across the world, a deep-sea adventure that turned to tragedy. Today we remember the 5 remarkable people lost aboard the Titan submersible: OceanGate CEO Stockton Rush, renowned explorer Paul-Henri Nargeolet, British adventurer Hamish Harding, philanthropist Shahzada Dawood, and his 19-year-old son Suleiman. Their voyage to witness the Titanic's resting place ended suddenly in June 2023, when the vessel suffered a catastrophic implosion deep in the North Atlantic. A final report from the U.S. Coast Guard has found the accident was preventable, bringing renewed calls for greater safety, accountability, and regulation in ocean exploration. Families like those of Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood have spoken out with gratitude for the search teams and hope for changes that will protect future explorers. Though their loss is deeply felt, these explorers will be remembered for their courage, their curiosity, and their unwavering spirit of adventure, reminding us all of the drive to push boundaries and better understand our world. News 6. Serena Meikle and Casey Daniel, both newlyweds in their 30s, were filled with joy and plans for the future just 3 weeks after saying their vows. While traveling through New Mexico, their lives were tragically cut short in a car accident on July 29th. Serena and Casey were remembered by loved ones as deeply caring individuals who brought happiness to everyone they met. While their story ended far too soon, their love and spirit will be cherished by family, friends, and all who hear their story. May we hold our loved ones close and find inspiration in the enduring kindness and joy that Serena and Casey shared with the world. News 7. What an extraordinary life story to reflect on today. Joe Lovett, the acclaimed television producer and documentarian, has passed away at the age of 80. Known for courageously telling stories that others were afraid to touch, Joe brought the realities of the AIDS crisis and many other pressing issues right into America's living rooms during a time when few dared to do so. He was a true pioneer at ABC's 2020, shining a light on stories that changed public perception and in many ways saved lives. Through his documentaries, he also tackled topics like cancer, visual impairment, and climate change, always keeping humanity and hope at the heart of his work. Joe is survived by his husband, Dr. Jim Cottrell, his partner of nearly 50 years, a love story cherished by friends and colleagues alike. Through the powerful legacy of his storytelling and the inspiration he gave to so many in journalism, Joe Lovett's impact will be felt for generations. He'll always be remembered not just for the stories he told, but for the immense compassion and courage with which he lived. Number 1. A true fighter never fights alone. He carries the hopes of those who believe in him. Those words once described Tomohiko Hashimoto, and they ring true now more than ever. At 47, the dynamic force in Japanese professional wrestling and MMA has passed away, leaving behind a legacy of courage, honor, and inspiration. He died peacefully after a brief illness, surrounded by loved ones. Born in Japan, Hashimoto first made his name in the world of judo, but it was his leap into professional wrestling that truly shaped his journey. Trained by Koichiro Kimura, he entered the ring in 2000 and quickly became a standout performer with the dramatic Dream Team promotion. Hashimoto captured the KOD Tag Team Championship 3 times. His partnerships with wrestling icons like Senshiro Takagi and Seiya Morohashi showcased his adaptability and teamwork. He also claimed victories in the DDT Tag League in both 2000 and 2003, proving himself a master of tag team competition. But Hashimoto didn't stop there. Driven by passion, he tested his skills in mixed martial arts. Facing top-tier opponents, including Alistair Overeem, he earned the admiration of the MMA world for his fearlessness. His victory over Jiro Kusunoki in 2006 remains a symbol of his resilience. What truly set Hashimoto apart wasn't just his championship wins or crossover success. It was his impact on others. He mentored young wrestlers, uplifted his peers, and carried himself with quiet strength. Fans loved him not just for his power in the ring, but for his kindness outside of it. After news of his passing, condolences have poured in from every corner of the combat sports world. Colleagues remember his humility, fans recall the energy he brought to each match, and friends celebrate the man behind the fighter. One fellow wrestler shared, "He never left anyone behind. In the ring and in life, Tomohiko always had your back." Hashimoto is survived by his family and a global community that looked up to him. His memory lives on in every young fighter he taught and every fan he inspired. Tributes to Tomohiko Hashimoto. Every set got brighter when Kelly walked on. She had that rare spark, one that made everyone better just by being there. Those were the words of a fellow actor who worked closely with Kelly Mack,